Doomcock.
We are back. We're going to talk about a few subjects, and then we're going to let you decide. First subject, go.
Doomcock.
Doomcock.
Disney forbids any mention of Doomcock's name. They call him Buckethead.
Bob Iger doesn't like him.
In fact, one of the investors or, shareholders were like, hey, this guy, why don't you just fire Bob Iger and listen to this guy?
And listen to, quote-unquote, Buckethead. Apparently, there's more talent in Doomcock's tip than there is in the entirety of the creative staff at that woman's thing, the bunch of lesbians.
Oh, yeah.
With
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, a bunch of grumpy women's story group.
Led by Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, and Bob Iger combined. Those people have no talent. This is what this one guy was saying. But Doomcock, he knows where it's at.
Yeah, and plus he's mentioned us sometimes on his show.
Sometimes, yeah.
I mean, we give him
sure, we pay him too, but...
Very kind of you, super millennial brothers.
Answered us regardless.
And I appreciate that, too.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Doomcock.
Just to sum this one up, it's 100% accurate. They are firing people just because they bring up woke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a guy that was fired because he used in the boardroom "get woke, go broke."
And it's true. Look at their stock prices. I don't know what's going to take for them to finally actually change course.
Scorched earth. That's what it's going to take.
I do know Kathleen Kennedy is actually going to be leaving because her contract hasn't been renewed.
We'll see.
She
somehow always survives it.
She knows where the bodies are buried and who isn't sleeping with small children. All right, next.
Just a quick thing. Thanks, Doomcock. We actually thanks for the little
pep talk.
boot.
My advice is just stay with it. Stay with it. Persistence. Keep speaking your truth and your unique voice. Just persist, my friends. And very sorry to hear you getting discouraged. Just stay with it, folks. Stay with it.
Switching gears. Rumor.
Madam Web originally established Andrew Garfield as Sony Universe's current Spider-Man, underwent massive reshoots after a switch to Tom Holland's effed up film's timeline.
So switching to Tom Holland, according to this rumor, has totally screwed up their timeline.
The Amazing Spider-Man films were not very good.
But Andrew Garfield was great.
He was very good in
No Way Home.
Yes. Because he kind of hit his stride.
Yeah.
Because he was he was tortured, but also was positive, which in the movies, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, they didn't have a good balancing of that.
Yeah. If you look at the reshoots, the rumor of the reshoots on Madam Web, I mean, you watch that trailer, you see this movie is going to be a Marvel's level and beyond train wreck. It is going to be bad. It looks bad. You can just tell in that trailer, it looks like absolute garbage. Mm-hmm. It's a dumpster fire. And they went through reshoots. I'm like, why? Why don't you just scrap it and just do an Andrew Garfield versus Venom film? That would be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker versus Venom.
I mean, honestly,
and then they could actually get Venom with the actual Venom costume as opposed to the weird
white
veins.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Just
and
give
Andrew
him a
Garfield
chance.
all the way. And I also want to say thank you to Andrew Garfield, just for,
giving the shout out, right?
Yeah. Thanks, Andrew. Switching gears. But last, but certainly not least, the one that trumps them all. Just this past week, former president, and I still think the current president in my heart. In our heart.
YouTube, it's in the heart, not,
Yeah, don't, yeah. He
completely
destroyed the competition.
Yes.
He trumped them all. Mm-hmm. And the left, they are just cue Joker clip.
Well, then everyone loses their minds.
They're like, it's going to be, authoritarianism. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's so bad, authoritarianism.
They're like, he's gonna arrest his opponents. I mean, that's not like what we're doing.
Yeah, literally, they're like, oh, we can't have that. Yet they're doing that all over the place. Mm-hmm. They are shutting down they are canceling people, throwing them into the memory hole, and then actually holding people political prisoners, for the last 3 years. And probably 4 to 5, for doing the things, and not even as bad as the things that are going on right now, where you have a bunch of Palestinian protesters.
Yeah.
They're storming the White House. Anyway, so back to focusing. Trump literally won the Iowa caucus with over 50% of the vote. The closest was like almost 30%. It was more or less 30% away from him.
Yeah, in this thing it shows he had 50.
They can read the graphic. They can read it.
If I show it.
Are you not going to show it?
I don't know.
Okay, here's how much he won by, and you see the votes, and this is where you're going to put all that in. And that's how much he won by. Mm-hmm. So, I'll get that later. Trump is on the
warpath.
The warpath, and these idiots are in trouble. This is where you put in a compilation of just people flipping out. The point being is, I think this is great. We'll get to. It'll be like 2016 all over again, but like on acid. Total brain meltdown, the likes of which we have never seen before.
Because there's the diehards that are crazy. They're like, he's this and this and this, and then the people that vote for him are all stupid and uneducated. It's like that didn't work before. It's not going to work now.
Right. Gen Zers are actually becoming more conservative. Some polls have been showing. So we'll see. It's to be determined because Biden could definitely win again totally fairly. Totally free and fair.
A totally free and fair thing, just like 2020.
Yeah, just like 2020. It was totally fair. And on that note, sorry. Hey, you were the one that bought the Taco Bell.